Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise. In this segment, we'll be looking at the celebration for Christmas. Egypt is celebrating Christmas with Muslims and Christians, insisting on moving ahead after a year full of political turmoil and marked by a fierce war on terrorism in 2013. Speaking about the celebration aspect, and we'll try to put the political aspect on the side. We're joined with Dr. Viviane Morus. She is the former honorary consul of the Ivory Coast in the Philippines and also the founder, president of the Fire Association. I'd like to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Viviane. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you.
Christmas.
And of course, as we are in this beautiful celebration time, tell us, how is Christmas this year?
You can feel that Christmas this year is breathing freedom, breathing joy, and breathing victory over, let's say, a bad era and a bad time. And a Christmas who is looking forward to a new Egypt with a lot of hopes, with a lot of love, with a lot of solidarity between all the Egyptians who want Egypt to go ahead. You can feel all this essence of this love and success that will come to Egypt despite everything and despite the trials of anyone who wants us to go backward and stall our improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So is the festivities anyhow marred by what's going on the political aspect?
Of course, because last year the feeling was full of sadness. You could feel the sadness because no one was feeling the satisfaction of the fulfillment of our revolution. So it was painted with sadness. We were celebrating, but because we had to celebrate, actually, this year, as I said, we feel the freedom, which is so different, and it reflects the political situation of the country. And it's reflected as well to the whole world, because everyone have his eyes on Egypt now. Everybody wants to come back to Egypt and enjoy the Egyptian weather and the Egyptian hospitality and all that, and they're just waiting for signs. And some of these signs are the way we are celebrating Christmas, all of us. And I must say that this year it's an exceptional year as well, because we have the Mawlud al-Nabi on the 13th of January, and which coincides of the Christmas, the Coptic Christmas on the 7th. So it's just another proof that God put us on a path that will always be together in love and in every way. So that's not a coincidence, that's God's
some exciting atmosphere.
Dr. Viviane, Egypt fights terrorism, and it's something different in Egypt's history to fight people who either they don't belong to this land or unfortunately they are brainwashed, who are trying to cause chaos and unfortunate events and incidents here and there. How do you see this?
Well, I see that it's we are alert to everything that's going on in Egypt, and it's not normal that we see that our country would have been and could be monopolized by terrorism, that we've been seeing all the countries in the whole world fighting this type of behavior, and having this in our country and not fighting it, it would be unusual and abnormal. So we have the terrorism, we've seen it, we've been touching it. Everybody at all levels, in every corner of Egypt, have been suffering this terrorism attacks and terrorist trials and bombing and destruction of any good spirit around you and any good hopes around you. That is the pure essence of terrorism, and we're fighting it, and we have to fight it, whatever it will cost us. And it's not the first time in Egypt, actually, that we are fighting terrorism, and we're fighting this specific group, because in 1940 as well, when it was declared as well a Jama'a Mahzura at that time, so it's just a repetition of what happened in the early century, early in the past century. So I think that maybe they will learn this time to change their attitude in order, because I'm sure that they wouldn't want to go and live in this way and be hated by everyone. They want to be part of a society that they were part of it just before the 25th of January. They were here, we were cohabitating all together, and we were living, and no one of them was doing all that. What is happening? So I think they will have some reflection, because they see that Egypt is fighting them, and now, because it has been declared as a terrorist group, it will be fought by all the countries all over the world. So
is it something good or is it something bad to have them isolated with this perspective?
Well, it's good and bad. It's not. You're not isolating them. You're telling them, you are terrorists. Okay, I am part of a group. Maybe not all the people of that group are terrorists, but those who are terrorists, why are they terrorists? Maybe they will have some reflection, as I said. Why are you behaving as a terrorist? Is it your nature, and it's so ugly? Is it someone who's pushing you to be a terrorist, and that you'll be a betrayer?
Yes.
It's even worse for a country, for a nation. It doesn't look good. So on both sides, it doesn't look good. So maybe the new young generation will look and have a setback and look and say, look, we really look ugly. Why are we doing that? We can be part of this society. Actually, I'm not going to take part of that anymore. I want to be building instead of destroying. And maybe we'll have more people building with us instead of destroying, because every day there is destruction.
Right, Dr. Viviane, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us. It has been a great pleasure to have you with us. We'll have to move now for a short break and returning back with you.